Deep in the heart of Montage Mountain, the RailRiders have been celebrating the culmination of 25 years in NEPA over the first 60 games of the season. Tonight, that all comes to an apex as we honor the man that they call Miles with a Hall of Fame induction. For the first 25 years of the franchise's incarnations, you've seen 2 different affiliation changes as well as 3 different incarnations of the team. Tonight, we look back and honor the past with the Red Barons, as well as we look forward to the future. But more importantly, we honor you and the stories that have been told right here, where once the old Lackawanna County Stadium once stood, and now the beautiful reimagined PNC Field. Let's go ahead and take a look back at last night's highlights, but today is about so much more than last night. We start in the bottom of the 3rd inning, SWB with a 1-0 lead. Kyle Roller facing his former teammate at ECU. He's going to single one through the right side. That would play to Donis Garcia as he rounds 3rd and scores from 2nd with the RailRiders leading 2-0. Next batter, it's the 18-wheeler and Zealous Wheeler. He hits a deep fly ball to left center field. That goes into the RailRiders bullpen. That would plate 2 runs on the big fly. SWB jumps out early, 4-0. It's just the bottom of the 3rd inning. On to the last of the 4th now, Adonis Garcia at the dish. It was one of his big extra base hits on the day. He cracks the ball to deep left field, no doubt about it. This one into the Tide's bullpen as Garcia with his 2nd RBI of the night as SWB takes the lead 6-1. It was one of 3 run-scoring base hits he had on the night. Next inning for SWB, the runs continue to come in bunches. Kyle Roller standing at the plate once again against Wright. He's going to get the best of his former Pirate teammate. The home run parade continues as he sends a ball opposite way into the PA Lottery bullpen. His 2nd RBI of the night. The RailRiders continue to pull away from the Tides 7-1. Top 6 now, Norfolk's Brett Wallace says, "I can hit too," as he sends one to deep left field into the Tides bullpen as Norfolk puts a dent in the deficit at 7-2. 4 batters later, Cord Phelps with 2 men on. He's going to hit a bouncing ball to the shortstop, Carmen Angelini. Heads up play here as he goes to 3rd to Zealous Wheeler. That gets Xavier Paul in a pickle. Joseph would tag him out. The putout went 6-5-4. That ended the threat for SWB. Bottom 7 now, Jose Perella. His hot bat continues to tear through the International League as he blasts one to deep left field. It was one of 4 home runs hit on the night by SWB hitters. That tied for a season high in the Dinger Mark for SWB. It's one of 3 hits on the day for Jose Perella and 3 RBIs on the night as the RailRiders take the final game of the series 12-6. They've salvaged just 1 game of the 4-game run against the Norfolk Tides. Last night's game against the Norfolk Tides, the RailRiders were officially able to turn the Tides against a hot-hitting Norfolk team that had won 6 straight ball games. It was their longest winning streak of the season. Bruce Billings spun 5 innings in picking up his 4th win of the campaign. It was his first win since all the way back in April the 17th. He missed 3 weeks of the season with the RailRiders. He still co-leads the team in the wins category with Jim Miller, the RailRiders reliever. Last night's ballgame also featured 11 extra base hits from the RailRiders offense. It's the 2nd time this season that SWB has gone for multiple extra base hits in an affair against Norfolk's squad. When we return here on the Misericordia pregame show, we sit down with you, the fans, so that you can tell us your stories about what makes this place so special.
I'm the Director of Publications for the New York Yankees. Misericordia University breeds winners. If you go there and you're willing to work hard, it's almost impossible not to succeed.
We started Tony Buffa Specialty Foods by jarring our own pasta sauce. Misericordia has given us all types of knowledge on every aspect of business. They want us to succeed here, and they'll help us any way they can to ensure that we succeed.
Welcome back on the Misericordia pregame show as the RailRiders get set to open up a 4-game run against the Toledo Mud Hens. Tonight, though, it's a little bit more about baseball. It's about the moments that you've shared right here, not only at the old Lackawanna County Stadium, but at the new reimagined PNC Field. For the season ticket holders that have been with us through a quarter-century of baseball and NEPA, some of you have met your wives, others lifelong friends. But for most of you, you've seen moments that will last a lifetime. Let's go ahead and take a look back at some of the interviews that we recorded with some of our longest-standing season ticket holders.
The stadium has changed the most, like compared to where the stadium was when it was originally built. It was a 2-deck stadium, but now it's more open. It's more fan-friendly. Like before, when you would be coming to the game, if you wanted to get a hot dog or a soda, you had to go out to the concourse and you'd lose the game. But now you can still get your hot dog and still kind of keep track of what's going on.
over to the natural grass, artificial, I would say.
Well, the stadium got better, obviously. It's a beautiful stadium now. It's a grass field instead of an artificial field. I think the fans still have the same excitement when they come out to the game. I know we certainly do. And we really come to see the players, and whether they're finishing first place or last place, we really like to support the team because they're our guys. Probably my most memorable moment was opening night 1989, because it was the first time baseball was back in the area, and it was very exciting. The crowd was very excited. We had a full house. Everything was fantastic. That was probably my most memorable.
I saw Darryl Strawberry hit a home run over right field here. When the Phillies had their players here, I enjoyed seeing the players play. But as far as, it's hard to remember a specific one, but Strawberry was for sure.
June 24th, 1989. First of all, it was our anniversary, my wife Ann and mine. But second of all, it was the night Floyd Rayford hit a grand slam home run in the 9th inning, which ended the game. And the thing about that was my brother-in-law, I used to leave the stadium after the 7th inning because back then traffic was atrocious. It would take you 10 or 15 minutes to get to Route 81. But that night, for some reason, we stayed and we witnessed something that we'll never forget.
The Grumps used to come and pick up my great-granddaughter and put her on the fence and give her a hug and a kiss, which she loved that. She used to follow him all over the ballpark. She thought she was the queen of the ballpark at that time.
Has nothing to do with baseball, but meeting my wife here. I mean, that's been my, I never dreamed I would meet my wife here.
Well, it's just the fact you have the opportunity to pick where you want to sit and enjoy the games, and it's just a wonderful thing.
Just the day-to-day, the quality of baseball, it's just super. It's just like coming to the major leagues. And I mean, the names you see here, when you watch a game on TV years after, it's like, I saw these guys here in the stands. I saw them on the field. You even get to talk to some of them. I mean, I think you can't beat in the minor leagues.
The players that played back then, I'm not a Philly fan, but I appreciated the hustle. Even though they didn't have the best record of the league, they always hustled and showed determination. At the time, the stadium was top-notch because everybody was building these cookie-cutter stadiums, and ours was one of the best around.
I think that I would encourage anybody to be a season ticket holders, because for me, it's just wonderful to leave work at 5 or 6 o'clock at night, change clothes, and come up here, and 10 minutes later I'm sitting at a ballpark seeing major league capable players playing, and it's a good community up here. The stadium is a lot of fun. The people are a lot of fun.
Can't beat the entertainment value either for a family at this level. It's just terrific, and you'll see the players before they go up. We saw Andy Ashby. We saw some of the players who would rehab here. Some of the players on the kid for the Yankees right now, Gardner. We saw him play here for a couple of years. So it's nice to see those kinds of things.
It's been like a dream come true, seeing baseball in my backyard. I think every small boy growing up has played baseball, and just being able to see something like this, seeing the great players, the great teams, future Hall of Famers, future Yankees, future Phillies. It's just been outstanding.
Tonight, a legend goes into the Hall of Fame, a man that has roamed the depths of the minor league ranks as well as had some time in the show throughout his long and storied career. Since 2007, he skippered this franchise. He's led it to its only Governor's Cup championship in 2008. The man that they call Miles has sat right here throughout the last couple of years. While he goes into the Hall of Fame tonight, he's known as a longtime skipper and the franchise's all-time wins leader. Tonight, he skippers a team that looks to get back on the right track after a win against the Norfolk Tides. Brian Gordon gets the ball for SWB. First pitch scheduled for 7:05 on this historic night at PNC Field.